Hey y'all, I am here to give a half marathon recap. We're going to take you through what it was like to race the Horseneck Half Marathon in southeastern Massachusetts. Really excited to give this race recap. I PR'd, so very happy to talk about that. I'm going to take you through my training leading up into the race and then what race day looks like. So let's take a look here. All right, we are in the car getting ready to roll. Maddie's gonna be down in a second and we are gonna get out of here. Pretty stoked, but also a little nervous. All right, there she is, let's roll. At the half marathon. First of all, in the weeks leading up to the half marathon, I am in marathon training. So this was a race to build towards Grandma's Marathon in June. I was really happy to be sort of told about this marathon. My buddy David said he wanted to race it. So I said, I do your thing. All right, here, shoot me. Can you get a photo, Matthew? That's fine. And let's get into my training. Okay, right here we have the Strava app. This is where I look at all of my runs and my data. I do not use this information. I get my training from my coach, but I also like to look at it. It's satisfying to see the weeks stack up and have a reflection of the work that I've done. What the week looked like. Let's say 2 weeks. All right. So really the beginning of May, we were able to do 10 at tempo. We were able to do just around sort of 5:45, 5:44 for that 10 mile. And so this is, 7-10 days out. This is really the gut check to say, how quickly do you think you can run? Let's see, on this day, a week out, we did a nice 17-mile long run with David, and then we were able to jump into the race week workout, which is 4 by 5 by 400. So we're doing 400s on it's about like 10K pace. So it gets hard, getting into that last set or so, but it was a really, really fantastic day. Really glad that I was able to bank that fast work without developing too much fatigue. That's really the idea behind a race week workout. And then on the let's see, this is like the Friday before, half of what was assigned. I was assigned 90 minutes on Thursday. Typically on Thursdays, we'll do a little like sprint development day. So we'll focus really on the fast twitch, neuromuscular side of things. And I was only able to get out there for 45 minutes. It was pouring and I just could not hang. So progress to run the Woonasquatucket May edition. This river that we can see behind me is the Woonasquatucket. This is, I'd say, the part of the natural environment here that I connect the most with. I do my runs on the Woonasquatucket. And the next day we did a 15-minute warm-up, drills, 7 minutes, a couple strides that were not recorded, and then went and ripped the half marathon. So here, let's look. Half marathon, we are going to take a look at the splits. All right, so first lap, we climb right out of the gate. Really the first quarter mile, half mile is a climb, sort of a bridge, and then you settle back down, and then you climb again on mile 2. So you're like,
I'm gonna do my best to follow Kurt's plan.
Run and sit in the Cooper for 2 minutes.
Yeah, a nice warm or something.
Yeah. Wait, gels?
Is it? Yeah.
Hey Matthew, how's your day going? We made it here. I'm stoked. Gotta go poo. Or gotta use the restroom. And yeah, there's a bird up there. You probably can't zoom in at all, but it's pretty cool. Yeah, we got some wind today. I hope it's at our backs for at least a portion of it. I'm not counting on it though. Gel number 2.
Uno. Adin.
What's Adin?
Adin. What? Oh, Rusa. I'm definitely not about to throw up. Definitely not.
No, definitely not.
Definitely not. This feels this clear goo. It's delicious. It really is.
9 minutes, folks. 9 minutes. Please keep making your way down to the starting line. 9 more minutes. Here we go.
I think maybe a stride or two out there.
For the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Give it up for Emerson. Let me see the hands. I can't see the hands back there. Oh, yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
50, 100 feet, somewhere in there. And then I was able to sort of hold 5:45, that gold pace. Well, it was 5:46, 5:47, mile 3, 5:46, mile 4. Basically just like came up a big hill and like dropped pretty sharply off and kept a pretty solid effort. Able to split 5:36 there. And then the next mile was continually downhill and had more of that rolling terrain. So we were on up and down, up and down. And I was able to split a 5:29. Should not have gone that fast. That was a bad decision. That is not what I was looking for, but that's okay. I was just trying to run a consistent pace. That being said, had I holstered around mile 5, 4, 5, and not split a 5:36 and a 5:29, I think around mile 8, 7, 8, 9, 10, I could have had a little bit more juice to get me into those final few miles. But yeah, we're gonna pick back up after that 5:29 with a 5:40, 5:41, 5:42. This is sort of like gently rolling. And basically, there's a guy in front of me. He took off at 5:20s, 5:15s when we started. I was well behind him. My buddy David was, encouraging me to not take it out in 5:15, 5:20, which I'm very grateful for. As I realized, it's like, okay, we basically just have to kick till the end. Was able to split a 5:38, 5:46.
man. Great job. So
5:35 on a downhill, mile 11, and then basically the loop basically goes like north, east, south, west, and as we take that turn west, we basically take a right turn along the beach for 2 miles, and we are just running straight into a headwind. Like no joke. It was pretty dramatic. So I think I lapped a 5:59 and a 5:55 as I was kicking it in. Last 30 seconds, 0.09 miles, 30 seconds at 5-minute pace as I was kicking in. Okay, did like run 15-20 yards past the finish because my watch hadn't split 13.1. Okay, let's take a look at our heart rate data. So we were actually really started out by the top of that first climb, 173. Top of the second climb, 175. And the top of the third climb, 176. That's all within the first 3 miles. So we're already right at or pushing past threshold on these pushes up these hills. So, you know, the spikes here, I would say are over threshold. Our tempo is probably around 70. Our threshold is probably around 175, 176, 178. We like are able to decrease our perceived effort down those hills. But once we start hitting those rollers back, we're up to 178, 179. We basically hold that high heart rate. 179, 178, 180, 180. Yeah, as we get towards the finish line. And really, the reason that I'm able to sustain such a high pace and such a hard pace, like aerobically taxing, like I am breathing hard. You know, I am not to the finish line as fast as possible. I'm trying to PR. I have my blinders on. You know, Maddie, Matthew, David, like David, the guy that I was running with, but Matthew and Maddie, they came by just to support. But when they drove past me, like I just couldn't even interact with them because I really needed to stay focused on what I was doing. Take that turn into the headwind, and immediately, like, I'm slowing down, but my heart rate continues to climb up to 183. And then in the last mile, we hit 190. So really my question when I look at this data is like, what if work that was done in these first like 4 miles around that 170 heart rate actually too slow? This middle section is that right intensity. And if I had evened out the effort a little bit faster in the beginning, a little bit slower through those 4th and 5th miles when we split a 536 and 529. But honestly, I just wanted to make sure to use the downhills to try to, just like make up time. Because I knew I was right on the line of 115. So yeah, that's the race recap. We were able to kick it into the line. I came in second. The guy in front of me, I think, ran 112. David was behind me. And yeah, super proud of my effort. I think racing ultramarathons, racing 5Ks, both of those are sort of out of my depth at a certain level. The intensity required for a 5K just makes me want to crawl out of my skin, you know, personally. An indoor 5K, I don't think I'm gonna do that again in the winter. But a, 12-hour ultramarathon, that's a different beast entirely. So we are feeling really confident going into Grand Moss Marathon. Yeah, we just have to stay hydrated, stay fueled, sleep appropriately, and continue to train hard through the end. There's really good, I think I typically need to train harder through the end of my blocks than I do. I think my taper, I lose some of the fitness that I gained. So I'm really hoping to stay sharp, stay into it before, you know, I get to Grandma's Marathon in 3 weeks. And we're able to just hammer down, focus all the way to the line, just run it out. But thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. It would mean a lot to me. And yeah, if you want to see more content, more stories, more race analyses, please let me know.